Here we go, everybody. Welcome to Catching Them Fish. No one in yet? That's all right. I'm gonna get started. Wanted to show everybody later on if you do tune in and watch from the beginning. I'm gonna do it right from when I got to my spot. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some feeding activity from carp. I just got here, everybody. Bud Files, hello. Thank you for joining in. I'm gonna be going after some carp today. I'm gonna show the whole process of how I find them and target them and set out to catch these fish. I just got here. I'm walking the bank, everybody. I'm looking for some feeding activity so we can get on them. Here we go. Okay, if you see, I don't know if my phone picks it up, but right here on the bank, there's some muddy clouds, and those are being made by carp that are feeding. So this might be a good spot to start right here, and then I'm gonna cast one in right here in between this gap also. But I'm just gonna leave my gear here so I could claim this spot so nobody wins it from me, and then I'll come right back. But we want to walk it just a little bit further because there might be a better spot. But this right here, this is the promising area so far. You can see some clouds in there. We're going after carp, everyone. Gonna get some big old carp out of here. Let's just take a look. We'll see if what's a little bit further down. And I can see some activity right there, guys. They're also feeding right here. So it looks like it's gonna be a good day. Catfish Fresno, Steven for CBA, hello. Good to see you in here, bro. Weed Hopper, hello. Good to see everybody in here. Thank you for joining me. We're looking for spots right now. I just got here. This is another promising spot, but I don't see much feeding activity. This right here, where all this vegetation was, this is where I caught possibly my biggest carp to date. I didn't have a scale on me. Yeah, there's some feeding activity right out there. So they're all over the bank today. You can see the shallows, it's pretty flat. It is a full moon day, but the water is very calm. It's no wind at all. So I'm gonna get back to my spot and get a bait in the water. We're gonna get on them. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna start at that point. So if I do catch some, then when they all get spooked away, I'll start working my way this way. And we'll try several spots today until we run out of bait. Working with very simple bait today. I didn't do anything fancy, no pack bait, anything like that. It's just corn. Just brought a can of corn. We're gonna put it in the water, see if they're into some sweet stuff right now, because this sweet corn should bring them in, especially if they're already feeding. So we're gonna start right here. I'm gonna get my one rod in there, and then one in on this side. Maybe not. There's just some bunch of debris now. Here we go, everybody. Let me get set up. Let's get on them. And I'll give you a much better view as soon as I get set up. Easy, simple bait. Let's see if they're into it today. Let's see how long it'll take for them to come by and pick that up. They were feeding right here just a minute ago. Hopefully I didn't spook them away, but it shouldn't take long. They are feeding right now. So just leave that right there while I get my second rod set up, everybody. All right, we're all set up, everybody. One rod here, and right across, right there, that's my second rod, right where that little gap is. There's a lot of sunlight hitting there, so we're gonna focus on this one for now. Weed hopper, thank you, man. Yeah, I don't know how I feel, man. I'm good physically, just mentally getting over it. The loss of my grandfather was pretty tough. But I'm here. I need to fish it. That's what I need to do. Thank you. So I tried to sneak up there and pour all that juice in the can of corn. I like to pour it right where in front where I'm casting out, so it kind of brings them in quicker. But I think I stepped a little too hard and spooked them out. But they'll be right back. There was a whole bunch of them feeding right here, so it shouldn't be much longer. Come on, carp. We need a nice big old carp today, or a catfish. Catfish pick up on corn right here too, so we could get a carp or catfish. I've never caught anything else on corn. Has anybody else caught a different type of fish on corn? Let us know. Let us know in the chat. We got a nice day today out here in California, everybody. Our weather's starting to get a little bit better. It's starting to actually look like spring out here. Hopefully the fishing will turn. Hopefully the bass will start biting. I've heard a lot of bad about the fishing reports out here. Apparently, no, not many fishermen have been doing too good on bass out here. So I am targeting the fish that I do know are biting. Right now out here is catfish, mostly bullheads and carp. They come into the shallows right here and they start feeding. Yeah, hopefully that nice weather is right around the corner, should be coming up. We've been through a couple of pretty bad storms, so I'm hoping it'll calm down for a bit. A lot of this right here wasn't even fishable recently because of all that rain. They opened up some dams and all this stuff was flooded. There was a lot of debris in the water. It was just bad. They had a bass tournament out there. How did they do though? I, I've, we had some tournaments out here, and they brought in a few like 1.5, 2 pounders, but nothing major, nothing over 4 pounds, and it was tough. From what I heard from everybody, it was hard. Not everybody brought in some fish. Yeah, the bass has been tough out here, CBA. I haven't caught a single bass. Did I catch a bass this year? Well, actually, I did way earlier in the year, but it wasn't even out here. It was at a pay lake. I was just out messing around when I was doing my exploring when I went to go visit my parents, just at a small pay lake, but I didn't even have a video camera. I wouldn't count that bass anyways. It was just a tiny little bass. But out here, actually coming out here to target bass, I've been out here about 4 times just recently, and had no luck. I was throwing out some lures while I had my anchovies and sardines in, waiting for striped bass, and I also didn't get any striped bass. Seemed like earlier in the year there was a bit of a warm up that must have tricked a few of them to come in here, because there was some stripers in here, and then it got cold right away, and I don't think the entire population has made their way into the river yet. I'm gonna get a bell on this rod so I can hear if we get hit. So this spot right here, my recent carp video, it was a short video. This is where I caught that carp. He almost wrapped me all up on those trees over there. Good thing I have that 20-pound line. Let me get a bell on there. All right, if we get hit there, I will know. I'm gonna focus on this rod over here. Let's see what kind of view we can get here. Yeah, hopefully you can see when that carp actually comes by and takes that bait. You'll be able to see the line jumping in the water. right, we're going on 30 minutes and no bite. And these carp don't seem to have made their way back here. We're gonna walk the bank a little bit, everybody. We're gonna walk the bank, look for some feeding activity. Pretty much gonna take you along the whole process of me finding fish out here. Everything I do. Let's get to it. I'm gonna leave that rod there. Got this other one with bells. We're just gonna walk and explore a little bit, and if we hear the bells going off, I'll just run right on back. So those are some options you could do. You could sit around and wait for the fish to make their way over to where you are, or you can get up and go look for them. So we're gonna go look for some feeding activity. I would usually just check along the bank right here, look for those little mud clouds, see if there's any carp feeding in the area. I'm not seeing much right now. That's weird. There was a whole bunch of activity right when I got here. Woo! Oh boy, this smells of skunk right here. I'm gonna take off. I'm going back. That's some bad luck right there. I hope that's not a sign of what I'm in for today. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stay put for a bit and just wait for these fish to come on by. T-Bird and Reds. Larry, hello. Good to see you in here. I'm out here trying to get on some fish, trying to clear my mind and just think about other things, man. Really need to catch a fish today. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. I've got corn in the water. Just in case anybody's wondering, I've got corn. We're looking for carp today. Carp or 351. Thank you for being in here, man. I don't know if I missed you earlier. Thank you for being in here. Appreciate you. Here we go, everybody. We're just waiting on that bite. Gonna let these carp come around. So there's a whole bunch of them out here right now in the shallows. Uh, what happens when the sun first comes up is it gets really, really cold. It pushes all that cold down. So they don't really start coming out until it warms up a bit, but it warms up fast because it's not too deep out here. So they're out here taking advantage of that heat. And they also they come and they eat all the vegetation that's breaking down, all that stuff from the last season that's dying out. They eat all that stuff, and then I've read a little about that. And they'll go after all the new vegetation, all the fresh little sprouts, and anything. Then they like the new stuff. As far as vegetation, I've been reading about them a lot. They're pretty big, the bigger ones that come up here and loosen everything up and really feed up on it, and that brings all the smaller ones in with them. So if you do see a lot of feeding activity right on the bank, and you can actually see all the plants moving around, you probably have a really big carp in there. You would want to target that area. And then a lot of those, that's where all the smaller ones school up. So the big ones are the ones doing all the hard digging, moving around vegetation out here on right on the bank. And I don't cast out too far. If you've noticed when I'm going for carp, I cast out right here 3 or 4 feet in front of the bank with a single split shot. That's shit. You can see them picking it up. You can see your line swimming in the water. Just set that hook.